sign, and no sign will come.
Also, your pastor also
They're not healing nobody. Fake, lie. See, they come up with TV Joshua Deacon. The people who said TV Joshua used to pay them to come and say they get healed. So nobody healing nobody.
Yesterday I was watching something. The people that they are close to him, they say that he has a place that no one can go there.
A highland.
Yeah.
So he says it's prayer island.
Yeah.
So they will only come and call the young girls them and say, the priest want you to pray.
He has a lot of things.
Yeah, they mix up in witchcraft. Because when the story break, that the documentary was coming out, I tell Mayana that he might not be dead. And even yesterday she mentioned it to me and she said, you might be right. Because when he know they're coming down on him like that, he might just pay, he have enough money to disappear.
Yeah.
He might not be dead. Because you have to know, because if you're investigating somebody, you have to tell them in the detail.
Yeah.
By law, if I even call you on the phone and you video me, or you tape my conversation without letting me know, that's a lawsuit. You'll go to prison. You cannot do that. If I call you and speaking to you, you cannot record it without me knowing. You have to let me know on it that, listen, it's a recording. You understand? So if they're investigating, they have to let him know. Listen, we're looking into your affairs. Because they have to get the books. That's what 501c3 come. If we go on a 501c3 exam, when they come in, they want to see the tithes book. They want to see everybody who paid tithes, how much money we make, everything. So for an organization like that, you have to know it was an investigation. So you have enough money to go to Kuwait or somewhere to chill out. But that's why the Bible tells you in 10 and 12. Get me that? St. John? St. John 10 verse 8. We can hear you, Bible.
Elder, let me explain the reason why she asked the question. She's saying that she was listening to their former church pastor, and someone called that about TV Joshua issue, and he said he can't speak against TV Joshua because he has not witnessed it. And then the person added it that how come that the people, these pastors that are doing a lot of miracles, don't go to the hospital, and then the people that are actually sick, that we all know that this person is sick, in the house to go and heal them. And he said the man, the pastor, Nimu, replied the person that the spirit has not used those pastors to go to hospital and to
They
go
are
to the
protecting
house.
one another. Wicked and liars. Well, explain the scripture to Sister Yawana when you read it. Read St. John 10 verse 7.
St. John chapter 10 verse 7. Then said Yahushua unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
Read.
All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers.
Are what?
Are thieves and robbers.
This is what Christ said. It's in red, right?
Yes.
So this is the word of Christ. So Christ said all the pastors that ever come before him are who?
Thieves and robbers.
So when they heal, do you have to pay them for healing?
No.
Yes, you have to.
Yes. Oh, yes.
If you go for any consultation, you have to pay them. And they tell you you're healed and you believe you're healed. Because if you don't think you're healed, they're going to tell you something wrong with you. Because he hearing daughter talk and he tell the daughter that she has demons. But he was casting out demons about everybody else, but not his daughter. Do you understand? So you see what God said come before him? Read it from the top again, sir.
John chapter 10 verse 7. Then
Verse
said,
8.
verse 8, all that ever came before me are thieves and robbers.
Are who?
Are thieves and robbers.
Read.
But the sheep did not hear them.
But that's why most of you here. You see that? Look how exactly you see who it's talking about. But Yahushua said, the disciples and what you see around me, they never hear those thieves and robbers. And those thieves and robbers is the one that living lavishiously on this earth. Because I see this thing now as a thing, as I mentioned yesterday on the radio program. The Most High exposing a lot of Christianity, man. Because in America, T.D. Jakes, because there was no Christian church before the Roman Catholic Church. What year did the Roman Catholic Church start? You all was Christian, so you should know about it. Apart from you all who was in the studios there. I share your stand, you did religious in school. My understand you did religious in school. What year did the Roman Catholic Church start? You don't know. Pick somebody you think know. Rahash, okay. I understand. Because this is how you learn, and you can tell them in Christianity what they're doing is foolishness. Didn't I break it down yesterday? Because Roman Catholic Church was founded, remember we have the sign with the church here? Where are the church founded? The Roman Catholic Church was founded in 30 AD. So they say Jesus founded their church. But they killed him 3 years later, right? Because Yahushua died 33 AD. But the Roman Catholic Church founded in 30 AD. So sit and listen and learn. So my question is, when you read the Bible, everybody in the Bible is Israelite, right? The Roman Catholic Church, in their history, they have 266 popes. Pope Francis make it to 266 popes. How many Jewish popes you ever had? Because when you read the Bible, everybody in the Bible is Jewish or Israelite, right? So the Roman Catholics said they're the one, call him Father. So how many Jewish popes have the Roman Catholic Church ever had? Not even one. So all these people, they are known saints. It's conflict of interest to the Bible. Can? How many popes from Rome they have in power? 266. They have 3 African popes from North Africa. Pope Victor was the main one. He was standing up, they killed him, they murdered him 11 years into his reign. He was the black one, the other 2 was white. Right? They have 270 popes from Italy. Are you making notes? Out of 266 popes, they have 217 from Rome. How much pope they have from America? None. America never get a pope. Never. So now, when you talking to a Christian and they tell you they're Anglican or they're Roman Catholic, ask them about their history. Or just take Google and Google it and ask them. Ask them the next question, how many popes have wives and children? Somebody Google that quickly for me. How many popes have wives and children? Quickly. I give you permission. But he give you the main ones. Pope Clement, he changed a lot of things, man. Yeah, Andre and Alexandra. They don't put his name on it, but when they do the history, they tell you he have a son named Caesar Borgias. Pope Alexander, when they ask what children they have, they say like 37. But his main son was Caesar Borgias, who they paint the picture of Jesus up. Alexander the Sixth. Some of them have? Yeah, daughters. So not all of these become to be a pope is just celibacy. So you can marry today and you run for pope office and you say, okay, I'm celibacy tomorrow. And then you go back to your wife. Yes, they have one. So they say, but he wasn't in office. Yes, but he wasn't ruled. They wanted to, but he never materialized. As I said, the youngest pope to sit on the throne was 11 years old. And you have black, because African have more Roman Catholic than any other continent. And you have the black man in Africa going to this 11-year-old saying, Father, bless me, I have sinned. So you see, Christianity is madness. But none of the pastors will talk about what pastors doing. Because all of them, look, and I see building in Cape Coast. One building, 4 different church. They all believe in the same thing, but they will never unite. So get me Jeremiah 5, 31, sir.
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 31. The prophet prophesied falsely.
What the Bible said?
The prophet prophesied falsely.
The Bible said the prophet prophesied falsely. Read on.
And the priest bear rule by their means.
So when they said the priests bear rule by their means, what that mean? The priests teach for themselves. Because the Most High never send them. So whatever the priests do is for themselves. Read on.
And the priests bear rule by their means.
Mm-hmm.
And my people love to have it so.
Oh, the black people love it?
Love to have it so.
You love foolishness. You want to come to here and I tell you next week you're going with the latter. You want to come here and I tell you you're going to travel next month. Yeah, you will travel. You'll go to Israel. You will travel. You're going to go to Israel. You understand me? Then last week I showed you where the people said, don't give us nothing too hard. We want it smooth. That's what you want to hear. You don't want to be challenged. So for that mean, you're going to always hear what the priests have to tell you. Because we're different from the priests. Because the word of God said the word of God is a two-edged sword. It cut both ways. So this word is to cut you and bind you up in pieces. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you sometimes y'all get it mixed up, like with Christianity. We're not Christian brothers and sisters. This is a nation building from the ground. I know you can't see it now, but just read Ezekiel 37 again. You'll see the dry bones. You will see the dry bones. And you will understand in life, from small beginnings come greatness. It was Moses alone, right? Wasn't he all begin with Moses, right? Then the Most High tell Moses, Aaron and Joshua is coming, right? Then Moses go back to the children of Israel. Did they listen to it? Are you listening to us? Simple. But now we become great, right? We have kings like David. You have kings like Solomon, Hezekiah, Josiah, Saul. You have great men on this earth from small beginning. So it's the same thing happening now. But one thing the Most High doing today, we have small beginning in every country on the planet Earth. That's the great thing about it. So when you think we're small, the white man tell us it's over 13 million black Jews in America today. Tell me that's not great. And God only need 144,000, does he? And we have 13 billion, and he said, Yahushua, I don't get no 144,000 yet. So it's good prospect going forward for us. So that's why when you read Jeremiah 23 and 1, read that quickly. Because you listen to these pastors, you see these faith miracles, there's nobody healing nobody. Because TB Joshua died at 53. Who was there to heal him? And he died, he never set up no rulership in the church. So when he passed, everybody tried to grab what they want. But that's why we have order. And that's why I know if I should be asleep today, the order should continue. It might not, but it should. Read what you have for me.
Jeremiah 23 verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors.
The Bible says, woe be destruction. He said, destruction unto who?
The pastors.
The who?
The pastors.
Read on.
That destroy and scatter the sheep.
So somebody destroying. The Bible said the pastors are destroying. And the pastors are scattering the people. So now the pastor said, I'm the destroyer. They're calling on the program and say, I'm the Antichrist. Who am I destroying? Have you heard anybody here get molested? Have you heard building here collapse on anybody and we cover it up? Have we buried anybody here yet? And who am I scattering? When I tell you we're building a nation, so no matter how mad you be, get your cool off, count from 1 to 10 in the Hebrew, and get back together. So it definitely be, we not the ones scattering the people. We not the one destroying the people. We go to the hospital and we tell the black man and the black woman, come off the medication. They're killing you. Deacon, you was in the hospital, right? When I asked the nurse if there's a cure for high blood pressure, what did she say? When I asked him if there was a cure for diabetes, what did she say? What was my next question to her? Why are you giving them medication? It's protocol. Whose protocol? If there's no cure, if you're giving me something it will never cure me, why take it? But the faithless will perish. I went to Sister Daka's house. I met her. She bring me to show me a land. When I see her, see some rash on her skin, I said, "What's wrong with you?" She said, "Israel, I don't know." She said, "I can't sleep at night. I'm taking some pill." So I said, "Come on, we go home." I said, "Show me the pill what you're taking." I took a picture of it. I sent it to Sister Shara. Sister Shara said, "My tattoo, I dash for that shit." She said, "Dash it where?" I said, "Why?" She said, "Google it." One of the pill was schizophrenia. So I have to ask her, "Do you hear your voice?" She said, "No." One of them was for mental problem. I said, "Do you have a mental problem? Do you have bipolar?" One was for bipolar, one for schizophrenia. And I have to send the picture to the siblings, even the one in England, and said, "I'm taking this pill away with me." So no, the pharmacists, because we only look at doctors as witches. I know in Ghana you're looking for onion to fly on brooms and everything, but every Israelite outside of Ghana, we see doctors as witches. Because everything is a guess game with them. So when we see those pills now, we have to examine everything because they want this to be defiled. Because the Bible said this is the temple of God. So that's why the Bible said don't defile this. If you defile it, God can put His Holy Spirit and His presence in you. So that's why we don't take crack. We don't eat unclean food because we want the Holy Spirit to come down on us. So you have to protect this at all costs. But these medications that they put in there, you turn crackhead now. And when I see her after that, the rash is disappearing. The rash isn't there no more. Go ask her. I said, "Put powder on it because it's time hot, you might be sweating." I went back the next day, she powdered her body. The third day, the rash disappeared. I said, "Are you sleeping?" "Yes." Because she wake up early in the morning naturally. But it was a pill. So even she knows she wants a full body detox for all the medication that they put in her. And I let Sharon know, so she said, "When you come, I have 2 pills to give you, kind of expensive. I'll give you 2, that's for me. If anybody else wants it, you have to buy it." Because you have to detox your body for what they put in you. Because this is the temple. Do you understand? The Most High will not dwell in it if it's not right. You have to be clean and you have to be strong and powerful. Because the Holy Spirit is like a rushing wind, right? Can? So do you see? So read on. Huh?
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Read on.
Said the Lord.
Said what?
Said the Lord.
That's what they're doing. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. Therefore, thus said the Lord God of Israel.
Read.
Against the pastors.
Against who?
Against the pastors.
So he's speaking to somebody and it's not me. Read.
Against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock.
What the Most High said they do?
Ye have scattered my flock. And driven them away.
What the Most High said they do?
And driven them away.
From where?
And have not visited them.
They've driven the people away, meaning different churches. And as you said, nobody visiting them in the hospitals. Really?
And I have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings.
And that's why
saith Yahweh.
TB Joshua died. That's why God killed him. And many of them. Many more will die. So get Jeremiah 50 verse 6. Quickly, Jeremiah 50 verse 6.
Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 6. My people have been lost sheep.
Because you're looking for a savior. So whatever thing anybody tell you, you're going to believe because you're lost. That's why the white man do this movie, The Wizard of Oz. Poor Dorothy can't find her way home. She beating her damn shoes and can't find her way home. And look at the people around Dorothy. Whoever watch that show, The Wizard of Oz? Nobody? Dorothy have the golden shoes. Whenever she knock it together, she disappears somewhere. And she lost. She have a lion, don't have courage. She have a scarecrow. Y'all need to watch that. Read on.
My people have been lost sheep.
Read.
They are shepherds.
Their shepherds are your pastors and your leaders. What the shepherd have done?
Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
What the shepherd do?
Have caused them to go astray.
So that's why none of you will go astray here. If you come here to go astray, leave this place. Do you understand? Read. Read what you have, Deacon. See, Deacon was sleeping, but the word is like a two-edged sword. It's waking up. You see that? Read.
2 Ezra chapter 2, verse number 7.
Read on.
Let them be scattered abroad among the hidden.
Read.
Let their names be put out
Let
of
their
the
what?
earth. Their names.
There will be no pastor make it to the kingdom of God. You all can't believe that, right? The Most High said, when bound the false prophet with the beast and put them in the lake of fire together.
For
Read.
they have despised my covenant.
They despise me, hate.
2 Ezra chapter 2, verse number 7.
2 and 7. Right? So what you have for me now? Get me 2:11, Jeremiah 2:11. And then we're going to some history. Quickly. You have things to say today.
Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 11. Had a nation changed their gods?
This is the question. Is the Chinese come and worship the shrine in Ghana? The Chinese worship Buddha wherever he go. So the Bible asking, had a nation changed their God? Do you see the question sign? Read.
Had a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods?
Because Allah, a stone, you walking on a stone, no matter how many times you kiss it, guess what it become? A damn stone. Have you ever seen idolism at that as the finest like that? You walk around a Christmas tree, no matter how many times you pray to it, no matter, it's a Christmas tree. So the Bible says, any nation change the God which are yet no God? Krishna, there's nobody with 8 hands. None of these people worship the true and living God. So the Bible says, have these people stopped to do it? No, they have not. Read on.
Had a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods?
Read.
But my people.
But what?
But my people.
Israel, what they do?
Have changed their glory for that which do not
Profit.
profit.
So 400 years of worshiping Jesus. Where's the black man be in the name of Christianity and Jesus? Anybody go to Christian church is stupid and foolish. He don't profit us. Read on.
Verse 12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this.
So hear what Yahushua said?
Be astonished.
Everything in the heavens, stand still and look at this. Be astonished, be amazed. We the only people don't worship a God that look like us. So we have to be amazed. And guess what? When you go to church, you was a good Christian. You was a good Christian. You serve that pagan God with everything that you have. So the Bible says, oh heaven, everything stands still. Look at this. Read.
Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid.
Be what?
Be horribly afraid.
Real?
Be ye very desolate, said the Lord.
Real?
For my people have committed two evils.
So what's the two evil that people have committed? The Most High said, my people, so now we're going to see if we are the God people. Because we're going to identify what the evil is and who is doing it. Read on.
Verse 13, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
So that means we're not living. We don't have living water. We're poor. We're the back at everything. So one nation of people is not prosperous. That's the first thing. We're not praising the fountain of youth. Read?
They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns, that can hold no water.
So we're worshiping a God that will never give us a blessing. Do you see that? The Bible says we wound them out, meaning we create them ourselves. And by recreating them, it will never give us water. Because they will never give us blessing. Verse 14.
Verse 14. Is Israel a servant?
That's a question. Is a black man a servant? Which European traveling to come here to babysit your children? Which Chinese traveling come here to clean your house? So the Bible is saying, is Israel a servant? Because the Bible sees Israel become servant. Because you want to go to Europe to clean white people's house. You want to go to Europe to babysit white people's children. Be honest. That's what we want to do. Be honest. You see that thing in the plane, the woman from Kenya? The little white devils are running behind her crying. And she all start crying. And she have 3 kids in Kenya. Go to your children. Leave Satan alone. And you black woman, when you come to America and work for these children, you know what you start to say? Oh, he's so cute. I'm starting to look in the stroller if it's the same thing we're looking at. I see a big head, big eye, bald little devil. Remember one time Barack said, you see, the mother is a big devil, this little one growing up to be a devil too. And the black woman, oh, she's so cute. And I'm looking at it's the same thing, huh? No hair on your head. We seeing straight through you, no pigment, just blood. And the black woman say, oh, even the white people know that child is like you. That's why they do intermarriages. Because they want the baby to have pigment. It's everything.
True.
So they mix their seed. Read.
Verse 14. Is Israel a servant?
Read.
Is he a homeborn slave?
That's what you become. You become a homeborn slave. Everything is questioned the Most High asking, right? But the Most High know we're not that. But read on.
Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Read.
Why is he spoiled?
So why you become spoiled? Because you left the fountain of living water. So you become, no, if you have 100 seed, you think you have something. When you used to have the world. You live in a land named the Gold Coast. And say, Nana, when Nana leaving office? I know y'all don't like when we talk politics, but sometimes I don't care. All of a sudden, they say by next week, Nana should get 600 million, right? The IMF just passed the money for him. Mahama come and Mahama said, Nana soon left, so he's just running the country in red. Nana said when he get the money, you know what he's going to do with it? Pay bills for what he owed in the last 7 years. So the next president that come, he's going to have to pay that money. And then you're going to blame that president, but not look at what Nana did. Because Nana might be somewhere having vacation with his ugly self. So you see how spoiled you become? Because you think this is life. Oh, why would I borrow 600 million American dollars to pay bills? They don't tell you how much they're going to get out of it. And the people just okay with it. Make somebody in America do that. If Joe Biden think he's bad, make he pay his wife next week. Make he give his wife a check and see what takes place in America with white people. What they call the British supporters. The British football players, what they call it. You know the British soccer team get banned in more countries than any other country? Do you know what they call it? Hooligans. If they're hosting the England team, they say, no spectators from your country don't come in. Because wherever they come, they mash up, they tear down, they burn, they're hooligans. That's what they call them. So in America, you remember when they said Trump lose election? They took over the whole White House? Make Trump lose this one, November coming. And the white people will show you black people how to act. Get me Ecclesiastes 10:5. I know some of you come here, you still don't believe everything that this word says. But give yourself space and time and you'll see. 10 verse 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5.
Real?
There is an evil which I have seen under the sun.
Where Solomon says to the evil?
Under the sun.
So the evil is on the earth. And what is that evil, sir?
As an error which proceeded from the ruler.
So error means something wrong. Can?
Can.
So Solomon said, who is this error coming from? The rulers. The leaders. They put people in Israel, said they are the true Jews. They tell Africa of what, 55 countries? They divided us. Because divided, we're going to be destroyed. Because everybody knows unity is strength. And we can unite with Burkina Faso. We can unite with our own African leaders. But guess what? Europe is free. Anybody in Europe can travel freely to a next European country. That's why the Kenyan president said, listen man, no more visa for any African country to enter his country. Kenya is the first country in Africa to say that. Ghana still have visa. I see this thing they said, when a Nigerian get a visa to come to Ghana and rejoice like he's in the promised land. When I see that, I just shake my head. Because there's so much restriction in Africa that we cannot unite to build together. Because the only thing can solve Africa problem is one government in Africa. I don't care what none of you all say. And the resources, everybody, Ghana have gold, we put the gold with all the minerals that Congo have. Because Congo is the richest country in Africa. And the poorest.
Yes.
Congo is the second poorest country in the continent of Africa. Which one is the poorest? Aisha, he's a teacher, Spanish. Poorest country in Africa.
Just made a deal with Europe about lithium.
Yes.
Didn't get paid for it.
They took everything,
Not
nothing.
paid off.
Poorest country in Africa. No idea. Who you think know? Somebody you must know. I asked you because I know a woman know everything. Who? Diana. I bet. Poorest country in Africa. Stand up.
Hey. Yeah.
Tanzania.
Shaman. Start with D. That's it. And then DR Congo second. Sit. Right? So read on that.
Chapter 10, verse 5.
Yes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun,
Read.
as an error which proceeded from the ruler.
So it come from the leader. Read on. Look at
Folly.
this.
Folly is set in great dignity.
And what is folly? When I read the Bible and say folly, what is it? No? Witchcraft. Folly is witchcraft. So the Bible said folly is on high. So you see, just like Yahushua, last week I read, the Bible said, who have bewitched you, when Paul telling Galatians 3:1, who have bewitched you for you not to believe the truth? Just imagine, Paul went to teach him and said, you are Israelite, stop worship these Greek gods. And they will not stop. And Paul said, did somebody work juju on you? So no, the Bible said folly is set in great dignity. So who worked juju on you for you not to see this? Because this is folly. Read on.
Folly is set in great dignity,
Read.
and the rich sit in
who?
low place. The
Who?
rich, the rich
The Bible said the rich man, where is he?
sit in low place.
So who sit in the lowest place on this planet Earth? This is how you know if the prophecy fit. You have to match it up. So the Bible said the richest people on this earth is in the lowest place on this earth. Read on.
I have seen servants upon horses,
And who is ruling?
and princes walking in servants upon the earth.
So the Bible said
Servant.
it's his servant and horse. Servant is ruling. Horse means power in the Bible. So it's his servant running things and the princess walking like servant. Look at you. You don't want ready to rule this earth. Do you ready to rule this earth? The Bible said, you see, servant ruling you. And this is what your problem is, not with who ruling you. Even yesterday I was talking to Captain, and I say everybody will be mad with one another, but nobody will be mad with the white man. Nobody will be mad with the Chinese. Nobody will be mad with the Arabs. It's not your brother stealing your resources from the country. But the people who stealing all the resources from the country, when you see them, they smile at you up in your face. Put your please, good morning. I never tell a Chinese good morning in my life. You go in the store, you see Banyamin can tell it. Ben come to Jamaica and I deal with them, Banyamin laugh. I go in the store, I say, Chin, give me that. Barak them can tell him, man. I went to Israel, I was out there in Capernaum, I took off my glass and put down. Now, for some reason when I go to Israel, they just be watching him. I said, Goop, come in. I said, go for my glasses, bring come. He run, pick it up, run, come back to me. Because when I see them, they're servants. Every nation is under me, don't matter your position. You just ruling for a short time. My day is coming. So that's why when I read Isaiah, what the Bible said, the government will be upon a Mashiach Yahushua shoulder. You have to be ready to rule back this earth. Because it's a error. It's great folly happening in this earth. And? All right, let's go to Judges. I want to show you something in the book of Judges. Judges 19, we will start at 16. All right, we have to finish this by 6:15. Judges 19, let's start at verse 16. Set up the podium. Everybody will read. Shamath, swiftly, podium. Sister Banat, approach, podium. Quickly. Where's your shoes? Even the Passover meal, the most I say, make sure you have your shoes on. But I come to Ghana, people asking me, should I wear my shoes come in the house? Yes, you wear your shoes in here. It's not holy. When you go to Jerusalem, I know you take it off. Judges 16, Judges 19, 16, madam. Quickly. I see you used to give a lot of trouble as a young lady. Go.
And behold, there came an old man from his way out of the field at evening, which was also of a mountain of Ephraim.
So this old man was traveling in Mount Ephraim. But when you do the history, he was a Levite. Right? So he did a property up there in Mount Ephraim. So he was working there. Can? Read on.
And he
Sojourn.
sojourned in Gibeah. But the man of the place were Benjaminites.
So he went into a Benjamite city to sojourn. Can? So you will see how vicious a wolf really is. You'll learn today. Read.
And when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man in the street of the city. And the old man said, Whither goest thou?
So the old man said to him, where are you going? Read.
come down.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. And he said unto him, we are passing from
Sit.
Bethlehem,
2 minutes.
Bethlehem, Judah, towards the side of mountain Ephraim.
So he said, where is he going? To the land of Judah. Read.
From thence am I, and I went to Bethlehem,
Mm-hmm.
Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Lord.
So you're going to the temple, Mount Zion. Read on.
And there is no man that received me to house.
So he said he was traveling and nobody invited him to come into where? His house. Huh? Like I'm traveling, nobody say, Elder, come, I'll put you up. Read.
Yet there is both stew and
Straw.
straw and powder for our asses.
So you have food for the animals. Read.
And there is a bread and wine also for me.
So you have your own food. You only need a place to rest. Read.
And for thy handmaid,
Mm-hmm.
and for the young man which is with my servant, there is none want of anything.
So I just need a night to sleep. I don't need nothing from you. Read.
And the old man said, peace be with thee. Howsoever, let all thy went lie upon me. Only lodge not in the street.
So the old man said, just come. Don't stay in the street. Come with me. I'm taking you home. Read.
So he brought him into his house,
Read.
and gave powder unto the asses, and they washed their feet, and did eat and drink.
Well done. Aishayar, approach. Give her a round of applause. Quickly, madam. Continue where she leave off.
Judges 19 verse 22.
I cannot hear you.
Judges 19 verse 22.
Go.
Now as they were making their hearts merry,
So they in the house, they eating and they drinking. Can? Read on.
behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about, and beat at the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him.
So you see what they want to do? You see how wicked people is? Just like what takes place in Sodom. But this case is different. Read.
And the man, the master of the house, went out unto them, and said unto them, Nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly, seeing that this man is come into my house. Do not this folly.
So the man after was telling him, go sit your ass down, relax yourself. Right? Read.
Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden.
So when you say a maiden, what the word maiden mean there, Shama? Virgins. You say, here's my daughter, maiden, not virgins. A virgin being a young woman. So you say, here's my daughter, they are maiden. Read on.
And his concubine, them I will bring out now.
So you hear what the man said? I'll bring out his concubine and his daughter. Read.
And humble ye them.
And do what?
Humble ye them.
So, because when a man lie with a woman, the purpose is to humble her. Because they were what? Maidens. Read.
And do with them what seemeth good unto you.
Mm-hmm.
But unto this man do not so vile a thing.
So maybe they didn't want to sodomite him to or kill him or something. Right? Read on.
But the men would not hearken to him.
Mm-hmm.
So the man took his concubine
Read.
and brought her forth unto them.
So you see that. So they were still out there making noise. So the concubine now, the man take and put the concubine out here to them. Read.
And they knew her.
They what?
They knew her.
So when they said they knew her, what taking place? Huh? How many? The whole village. In America, Judah call it a train. In Jamaica, we call it a battery. What they call it in Ghana? Shama, stand. I know you know. What do they call something like that in Ghana? They say one girl give it to somebody and he tell all his friends and they do it. What they call it? Sisters, what they call that? If one person, one sister say, okay, I'm giving Rahash some, and Rahash tell 5, 6, 7 of his friends, and all of them slept with you one time. What y'all call that thing? Gala. That name is so
That, like they know of it. They all
no, the girl who know of it.
No, I'm talking about the guys that they all know that no, we are going to do this. That's called Gala, but they didn't know. That is not called Gala. There's no name for that in Ghana.
So as I said, Judah call it battery. Train. Jamaica we call it a battery. So that's what take place here. Read on.
And abused her all the night until the morning.
Read.
And when the day began to spring, they let her go.
They do what?
They let her go.
Read on.
Then came the woman in the dawning of the day, and fell down at the door of the man's house where her Lord was, till it was light.
Read.
And her Lord rose up in the morning, and opened the doors of the house, and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen down at the door of the house,
She could not stand on her feet. Read.
and her hands were upon the threshold.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto her, Up, and let us be going. But none answered. Then the man took her up upon an ass, and the man rose up, and gat him unto his place.
Read.
And when he was come into his house, he took a knife, and laid hold on his concubine, and divided her, together with her bones, into 12 pieces, and sent her into all the coast of Israel.
Read.
And it was so that all that saw it said, there was no such deed done, nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came out of the land of Egypt unto this day. Consider of it, take advice, and speak your mind.
So do you see what taking place here? So this evil was the first to be done in the history of Israel. And it was done by what tribe? Tribe of Benjamin. So you see what the man did, because after somebody deal with your wife, you can't deal with her no more. So this was the man concubine. So what he did, he put the woman out of her suffering. So he sent each piece of her body to the heads of every tribe in Israel. So what do you think will happen now? Mayan approach. It's going to be war. So we cannot let stuff like this. Mayan approach. We cannot allow stuff like this to happen in Israel. So this now is this is tribal war. This is declaration of war. Right? Read verse 20 and 1. Judges 21.
Judges chapter 20, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
When all the children of Israel went out, and the congregation was gathered together as one man, from Dan even to Beersheba, with the land of Gilead, unto the Lord Mizpah.
So it's a big council now. Everybody gathered together and said, what's taking place? What's happened? Read.
And the chief of all the people, even of all the tribes of Israel, presents themselves in the assembly of the people of God, 400,000 footmen that drew swords.
Look at this. So you see, when war taking place in Israel, it don't matter if it's 10 people or 20 people. Guess how many men ready for war? So just imagine now, if some man go to the house now. So say 50 men go to the house. How many men raise up to defend that 50 men? Do you see that? Read on.
Now the children of Benjamin heard that the children of Israel were gone up to Mizpah. Then said the children of Israel, Tell us, how was this wickedness? And the Levite, the husband of the woman that was slain, answered and said, I came into Gibeah, that belongeth to Benjamin, I and my concubine to lodge.
Read.
And the men of Gibeah rose against me, and beset the earth round about upon me by night, and thought to have slain me and my concubine of day, forced that she is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I took my concubine and cut her in pieces and set her throughout all the countries of the inheritance of Israel, for they have committed lewdness and folly in Israel.
Read.
Behold, ye are all children of Israel, given here your advice and counsel.
So you present your case to the council, because that's folly. You don't deal with the next man's wife. The man even say, I have children, but they don't never want that. They want to hurt that man so much. Right? Read on.
And all the people arose as one man, saying,
Mm-hmm.
We will not any of us go to his tent, neither will be any of us turn into his house.
Read.
But now this shall be the thing which we will do to Gibeah.
Mm-hmm.
We will go up by lot against it,
Read.
and we will turn 10 men.
We will take
We
9.
will take 10 men of 100 throughout all the tribes of Israel,
Mhm.
and 100 of 1,000, and 1,000 out of 10,000, to
To fetch
fetch victual for people,
for the people. For the people. Yes?
that they may do when they come to Gibeah of Benjamin, according to all the folly that they have brought in Israel.
Read.
So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, knit together as one man.
So just imagine now, Cape Coast, and the entire Ghana gather against Cape Coast. All the tribes sent 10,000 men to encamp against Cape Coast. What do you think the outcome will be? We will be bloody, right? And whose part? How comes? You will see Benjamin win. You might learn about war today. Lion Sid, Zamar approach. You might see something. Benjamin beat all 11 tribes. More than once. You might see the art of war. Quickly. Verse 12.
Verse 12.
Speak up, madam.
Judges chapter 20, verse 12. And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribes of Benjamin, saying, What wickedness is this that is done among you?
Read.
Now therefore, deliver us the men, the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that we may put them to death,
Read.
and put away evil from Israel.
Read.
But the children of Benjamin will not hearken to the voice of their brethren, the children of Israel.
We say we're not no traitor. We're not sending up the community of Anthem. They say, listen, we want to come in. We want to take out the entire community of Anthem. Benjamin said, no, Debbie. We're going right for our brothers in wickedness. The right thing was to do, Benjamin should take judgment himself, right? But they never did that. That's why the Bible says, like a level what? The whole lump. Read.
But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities unto Gibeah, to go out to the battle against the children of Israel.
So you see that. So Benjamin was not intimidated. You see 400,000 men rise up against you, one tribe. Benjamin was ready, Deacon, and said, we're going to defend this. Read.
And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men.
So 26,000 men to 400,000 actually. No comparison, right? Read.
That Jews saw, beside the inhabitants of Gibeah,
Read.
which were numbered 700 chosen men.
So it was only 700 men in that city. So in all know you still have at least 27,000 Benjamins. Read.
Among all these people, there were 700 chosen men left-handed, everyone who sling stones at an hairbreadth,
Read.
and not miss.
So look at this. In the land of Benjamin, you have 700 men. What could they do? They could throw stone. They were all left-handed. And when they throw stone, they're not missing. If they throw a javelin, guess what will happen? They're not missing. So no matter how far you run, they're catching you. Read.
And the men of Israel, beside Benjamin, were numbered 400,000 men. That's true. So all these were men of war.
So you see that? So 27,000 against 400,000. But think about this. This is war set. All the nation looking at us. Like a bunch of mad people, right? While Benjamin, all they should have done is just gave up the city for wickedness to leave Israel. But read on.
And the children of Israel arose and went up to the house of God and asked counsel of God and said,
So what they did? They take counsel, they went to the temple. Read.
which of us shall go up first to the battle against the children of Benjamin? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first.
So we never went to war unless we see the Most High. So they went to the church, and what the priest tell them, who the priest tell them should go first? That Judah was big and bad. There's a book named The 12th Patriarch. When you hear it, he said no matter how tall the wall is, Judah could jump it. Benjamin was still never scared. And this is last child. Benjamin was the last child, right? Reckless and spoiled, like every last child I know. Right, Yafar? Read on.
And the children of Israel arose up in the morning and encamped against Gibeah.
Read.
And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin. And the men of Israel put themselves in array to fight against them at Gibeah.
Read.
And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 20,000 men.
Look at that. So now, we'll ask a question now. Why the Most High allowed this to happen, right? Entertainment. Entertainment. Israel went up and Benjamin destroyed them on the first day of battle. 27,000 to 400,000. Look what's taking place here. Read.
And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and set their battle again in array in the place where they put themselves in array the first day.
Read.
And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening, and asked counsel of the Lord, saying, shall I go up again to the battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother? And the Lord said, go up against him.
So you see that? After that first day, just imagine 26,000 people die in Ghana one day. Who else would go to war the second day? So you see, after that first day of killing, one thing Israel do, they pray, they run to the Most High to cry. Right, my Judite brothers? Eh? Read on. What verse you have? 24. Read.
And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day.
Read.
And Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah the second day, and destroyed down to the ground of children of Israel again 18,000 men. All these drew the sword.
Look at this. So in 2 days, over 40,000 there.
Yeah.
Have a seat, Joanna. Well done. Quickly, Sister Joanna. So do you see our history? That's why you don't like the Nigerians. That's why the Nigerians don't like. We have tribal fight, tribal war, many moves even before we have a king in Israel. Right? Read on. 26. I cannot hear you, ma'am.
Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came unto the house of God, and wept and sat there before the Lord, and fasted
You have to speak up louder, Sister
that
Joanna.
day until evening, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord.
So you see what happened after the second day? They went to cry again. The 11th tribe is a bunch of crybabies. And they fast and they give offering. They say nobody eating. Because we got the second day. The first day was 20-some thousand dead. The second day is 18,000 plus dead, right? Read on.
And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. And
Phinehas.
Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the brother?
Read.
Or shall I cease?
So look at this. That's what he prayed. The high priest prayed. And said, shall we go to battle or should we stop? Read.
And the Lord said, Go out for tomorrow. I will deliver them into thy hand.
So what the Moses said, go. They're not going to beat you tomorrow. Because they're crying. 11 tribes is a bunch of crybaby, man. And they fast and they pray and they act, they give offerings. So the Mosai did what? Answered their cry. The Mosai said, go up tomorrow, we'll make you destroy Benjamin. But look what they do to us. Read.
And Israel set lies in wait round about Gibeon. And the children of Israel went up against the children of Benjamin on the third day, and put themselves in array against Gibeon, as at other times. And the children of Benjamin went out against the people, and were drawn away from the city. And they began to smite of the people, and kill as at other times in the highways, of which one went out to the house of God, and the other to Gibeah in the field, about 30 men of Israel.
Read.
And the children of Benjamin said, They are smitten down before us, as at the first. But the children of Israel said, Let us flee and draw them from the city unto the highways.
So do you see now? Because what Benjamin was doing, they were using their land. They know their land. Do you understand me? You're going to Cape Coast, you know the side street, everything. So what the children of Israel come up now with, so although the Mosai tell them they're going to win, they have to have a plan, right? So they said, let's pull them out their villages. Let's get them on the highway, let's get them on the main road. Because these men that be throwing stones, you don't need to be on the road throwing stones, right? Just imagine somebody's up there on Deacon Hill and you down there at the bottom. And when they throw a stone, they don't miss. So each time 700 men throw a stone, 700 men drop dead. Do you see this? So Judah come up with a plan and say, let's get them from their comfort zone. Right? What verse here? Read on.
And all the men of Israel rose up out of their place, and put themselves in array at Balcom. And the lives in wait of Israel came forth out of their places, even out of the meadows of Gibeah.
Right. Mayana.
Judges chapter 20, verse 34. And there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and the battle was fought, but they knew not that evil was near them.
So you see that? So 10,000 men, and these were like the American greatest military force is the Delta Force. So these men were like top SEAL. When these men come, they destroy country. So these top men came now and they enter into what? The land of Benjamin. Right? Read on. 35. Read louder for me, man.
And the Moses killed Benjamin before Israel.
So who killed Benjamin in front of Israel? Did the Mosai come on the battlefield? Because that's the Mosai gave the 10 tribes strength, 11 tribes strength. The Mosai take the credit for destroying them, but was he on the battlefield? So that's just how it works, Isaiah. Everything is entertainment. These up there, look, Yahushua, come and look at this. Look at them. But just imagine the nation around us. How do they see us from this day on? That's why they kick us out the land. Because if you don't know, how did the Romans reach Israel? How did the Romans reach Israel? Anybody? Because the Romans become rulers of Israel. How? And why? Because it was a civil war between Levi and Judah. And the Romans have to came and stop it. Because when Israel don't have a king on the throne, the priest should rule. But Judah said, we're not allowing the priest to rule. So it was a civil war in Israel. The Romans have to come and stop us from destroying ourselves again. So that's why 70 AD, the Romans, they want to go back to Rome. So they say, if we leave Israel like how it is, these people might kill one another in the east. So they just destroy the city and say we will leave. We were fighting amongst ourselves when they came there. They actually came there and said peace in the land. Because we were killing ourselves again, Levi and Judah this time. And remember, the priest, Moses was a priest. And Judah is the baddest tribe. So just imagine these two tribes out there fighting. How vicious that was. The Romans have to come and stop civil war among us. Read on.
And the children of Israel destroyed of the
Benjamites.
The Benjamites. That day, 20 and 5,000 and 100 men. All these drew their sword.
You have to read louder, the camera can't hear it. But keep in mind, Benjamin only have 27,000 men, right? And in one day, the third day of the battle, 25,000 finish. So you see, that's why the Chinese proverb said, the tide of war always change. So no matter you kill 40,000 or 400,000, watch your numbers. And the casualty what you have in one day, listen boy, put that thing down. The casualty what Benjamin have in one day, they lose the entire battle. Can? Read on.
So the children of Benjamin saw that they were smitten, for the men of Israel giving place to the Benjamites, because they trusted unto the lies in weight which they had set beside
Gibeah. So they set the lies, is mean they siege the city. So wherever Benjamin go, there was a battalion there. Right? So the city was sieged. Right? Read on.
And the lions in a weight, hasted and rushed upon Gibeah. And the lions in weight drew themselves along, and smote all the city with the edge of the sword.
Look at this. Judah go in the city and who they kill? Everybody. I thought we were supposed to be brothers and loving. So tribal war, we've been there, we've done that, we know what it is. You know, we know our brother strong, we know our brother weak. And we have to study evening chapter. And all this we have nothing to do, so we start to fight amongst ourselves. That when they come and ask, Benjamin should do the right thing, send up the man who commit such crime. But it's just what? Sword sharpening sword. Right? Read on.
Verse number
38.
Now there was an appointed sign between the men of Israel and the lions in wait, that they should make a great flame with smoke rise up out of the city. And when the men of Israel retreat in the battle, Benjamin began to smite and kill of the men of Israel, about 30 persons, for they said, surely they are smitten down before us, as in the first battle.
Really?
But when the flame began to arise up out of the city with a pillar of smoke, the Benjamites looked behind them, and behold, the flame of the city ascended to heaven.
Ascended up to heaven. So
Ascended
meaning,
up to
what
heaven.
taking place here? They burn the city too. This is brothers fighting him. And I know Shamaki and Zorak fight many times, right? Did he ever light his side of the house? You understand me? So this war was personal, just for wickedness. Right? 42.
42.
41.
And when the brothers of Israel when the men of Israel turned again, the men of Benjamin were amazed, for they saw the evil was come upon them.
They saw what?
Before they turned their backs before the men of Israel unto the way of the wilderness, but the battle overtook them, and them which came out of the city they destroyed in the midst of them.
Stop. That's it. Okay now. So all when they were trying to flee, to run in the wilderness, the 11 tribes still chased them. And when the 11 tribes chased them, whoever they catch, they destroy. Never leave nobody. Read.
Verse 43. Thus they enclosed the Benjamites round about, and chased them, and drove them down with ease over against Gibeah toward the sun rising. And there fell of Benjamin 18,000 men. All these were men of Israel. And they turned and fled toward the wilderness, unto the rock of Rimmon. And they slain of them in the highways 5,000 men, and pursued hard after them unto Gibeon, and slew 2,000 men of them. So that all which fell that day of Benjamin were 20 and 5,000 men that drew the sword.
So they're showing you only 25,000 died. 2,000 died there, 18,000 died there, right? Read on.
All these were men of Israel.
What verse you have? What's this that you want to do to say? She reading or something? What verse you have, Mickey? Read.
But 600 men turned and fled to the wilderness, unto the rock Rimmon, and abode in the rock Rimmon 4 months.
So 600 men do what? They fled and they live in caves. These supposed to be warriors, you know. And they live in the rock for when? For how long? Read on.
And the men of Israel turned again upon the children of Benjamin, and smote them with the edge of the sword.
Read.
As well the men of every city, as the beast, and all that came to hand. Also they set on fire all the cities that they came to.
So look at that. They were killing man, woman, and children. They said we're going to wipe out all of the children of Benjamin. So the only hope we had was to do 600 men in the rocks. Read on.
Chapter 21, verse 1. Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpah, saying, there shall not any of us give his daughter unto Benjamin to wife.
Look at this. So they ban us. All 11 tribes ban Benjamin. They say all those bedroom bully, our and thing, we're not giving you that. They despise us. But you see, when you know war, this is how the table turned. Because when Jeroboam split the kingdom from Rehoboam, the only tribe what that was there to help Judah, guess who it was who? The Bible said Benjamin raised up with 42,000 men by night and said they're going to kill him free. So we's the only defense to Judah. Right? Read on. Verse 2.
And the people came to the house of God, and abode there till evening before God, and lifted up their voices and wept sore.
Read on.
And said, O Lord God of Israel, why is this come to pass in Israel?
Read.
That there should be today one tribe lacking in Israel.
So you see that? So after they destroy their brother, they go and pray about him. And say, Yahweh, why did you, Yahweh, allow this to happen? We have 12 tribes and you make it be no 11 tribes. So you see, just like parents, when parents beat their children, you don't beat them to destroy them. Sometimes you beat them and you cry, right, man? You beat them and you're sorry for them, right? Yeah. Read on.
Verse 4. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people rose early and built there an altar, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the children of Israel said, who is there among all the tribes of Israel that came not up with the congregation unto the Lord? For they had made a great oath concerning him that came not up to the Lord to Mizpah, saying, he shall surely be put to death. And the children of Israel repented them of Benjamin their brother, and said, there is one tribe cut off from Israel this day. How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing we have sworn by the Lord that we will not give them of our daughters to wives?
Question, read.
And they said, what one is there of the tribes of Israel that came not up to Mizpah to the Lord? And behold, there came none to the camp from Jabesh Gilead to the assembly. For the people were numbered, and behold, there were none of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead there.
So one of the city never go for the feast day. Right? Read on.
And the congregation sent Peter 12,000 men of the valiant and commanded them, saying, go and smite the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children.
Look at this. So Elmina never showed to Israel for the Passover. Guess what the high priest said? 12,000 men, go kill everybody in Elmina. So do you see how Israel run? Do you see what the nation is? Okay, read on.
Verse 11. And this is the thing that ye shall do. Ye shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that have lain by man.
Read.
And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead 400 young virgins that have known no man.
Read.
By laying with any male.
Read.
And they brought them unto the camp to Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan.
Read.
And the whole congregation sent some to speak to the children of Benjamin.
Say what?
That were in the rock Rimmon.
Read.
To call peaceable unto them.
Read.
And Benjamin came on again at this time, and they gave them wives which they had saved alive of the women of Jabesh Gilead. And yet so they sufficed them not.
So you see that? So even though it's a tribal war, they still said what? Our brother need what? Wives. And what kind of wives did they present to their brothers? Read on.
Verse 50. And the people repented them for Benjamin, because that the Lord had made a breach in the tribes of Israel.
Because 600 men, every tribe have over 30,000. 600 men. Read.
Then the elders of the congregation said, how shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin? And they said, there must be an inheritance for them, that the escape of Benjamin, that a child be not destroyed out of Israel. Howbeit we may not give them wives of our daughters, but the children of Israel have sworn, saying, cursed be he that giveth a wife to Benjamin. Then they said, behold, there is a feast of the Lord in Shiloh, yearly in a place which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goeth out from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south to Lebanon. Therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, go and lie in wait in the vineyards, and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in the dances, then come ye out of the vineyard, and catch ye every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin.
So you see what we was doing? To get wife, we have to go and kidnap women. Do you see that? We have to lie in the bush. And when we see a woman passing, we just grab her, run back in the mountains, take her to her land. Just to get her wife. You see what the tribe do in Israel? Read.
Verse 22. And it shall be, when their fathers or their brethren came unto us to complain, that we will say unto them, be favorable unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war. For ye did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty.
So even when they're going to the war, they kill what? So when you see the white man doing it now, the white man know what war is. You the one don't know what war is. Because the black woman in Africa think if war come, you will be alive. When the white man came, wasn't he asked on this nation too? Nobody saved in war. No children, nobody. Because you're going to kill your father and leave the children. The children going to grow up and look for you to kill you. So when you go, the most I say, even the cow kill. The beast kill. Right? Read on.
Verse 23. And the children of Benjamin did so, and took them wives, according to their number, of them that danced, whom they caught, and they went and returned unto their inheritance, and repaired the cities, and dwelt in them.
Read.
And the children of Israel departed thence at that time, every man to his tribe and to his family,
and they went out from thence every man to his inheritance. In those days there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
Yes, because we never have a king or a leader. So you see, so all of this what you see here, this is some great history. This is part of our history and where we're coming from. Right? So we have many tribal war already. Right? It's not the first, but we pray it's the last. Because war is never good when we're fighting against each other. Right? So these are some things the pastor will never teach in Christian church. Do you understand? They will never teach this topic in the churches. So now you see what takes place. So even in the time of David, Benjamin was back up there with the numbers. So those 600 men, they have to create back a whole different tribe. What they catch?
Yeah.
They chicken? Anything in this yard is ours, man. But they come to take the chicken from this yard. Can we get 27,000 Benjamin to go there? Right? So now, you see, in space of covering wickedness, what it can stop. And even for our history, you see where we come from to where we've been. And at the time, we never have no king. So we have leaders. We call them Shah, which were prince of each tribes. So even though, for some reason, Aishayar, the Most High allow all that to happen. The first time go, boom, 20,000 dead. The second times, 18,000 dead. The third time, the Most High said, go, I'll give it to you. For some reason, the Most High be watching. You understand me? But that to show you how bad Benjamin was. Because this time, in Judges, nobody could beat Israel in battle. When you hear the sons, they call them the sons of Jacob coming, people drop their sword and surrender. They fled away. But guess who withstood them? We the only destroyer in our nation. Nobody can destroy us. But you think you was the one selling your own in slavery? You think it was just now, right? You're selling man, woman, and children, your own people in slavery. Why you think? Oh, explain that to me. You think that was your first time doing it? It's not the first. Even if slavery will come back now, most of these people in prison today, you will start right over again. That they say Kumasi prison school. Yeah, they say Kumasi prison school. They have to bring people from there to Anchor Fort. So people was on the news complaining it's long traveling to travel from Kumasi to come to prison to see somebody here. So I said to myself, I said, if a sheep come up out of senior to me, they might sell these people into slavery. You understand me? But it's not in our history, it's not the first things like this happened. But it's the last. Slavery was the last. Right? Get Deuteronomy 28. Start at 35. Shaman, stand and read. 32.
Of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 92. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto other people.
So who that fulfill land? Who this fulfill land? And what should they give it to other people to do? Read?
And thine eyes shall look.
Read?
And there will be lodging for them all the day long.
Read?
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
So the Most High took the mind from our hand. We have no defense. So just imagine your sons and your daughter going on a ship. And the Bible says you're going to look for them all the day long, knowing you won't see them again. Just imagine how miserable people was then. In Deacon, you know your par is on a ship somewhere. You don't know what becoming there. Can you ever have a good night's sleep ever again in your life?
No.
So you might die miserable and old and miserable. And your par will be amongst people that you never see before. A bunch of white men. And what will they do to her? So all this fulfill on one people. Real?
Verse number 3. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
And the white man take all the resources of your land, don't he? Name a chocolate factory in Ghana. You have one here, right? That red paper one. But trust me, if you go to Israel, you get chocolate here. You will not know what chocolate is unless you go to Israel. Right, man? Right, Awar? Because in Jamaica we make our own chocolates. But I never had a cup of tea until I went to Israel. Because you see the problem is too? You see when you follow the will of the Bible open your understanding. The Bible gives you life. Do you understand? Sit. Let me see your hands all neat. I understand. Let me just use my brain a little. Stand up. How meat taste? How beef, cow meat, how it tastes? What flavor it has? Yes, cow meat. What flavor it has? What it tastes like? What it tastes like?
Like it tastes like beef.
Alright. Do you know what meat tastes like?
No.
Y'all don't get me, right?
I know they have different.
How do you cook your cow meat?
Me?
You.
Me.
Yes.
We wash it, put it in a saucepan, we spice it.
What spice you put on it?
Ginger,
Put ginger in it,
pepper,
pepper,
garlic, if you have,
garlic,
and then onions.
onions. Ginger is not a vegetable, right? No. Okay. So y'all don't know where I'm getting at, right? You get the meat. You buy the lamb, sit. When you bring the lamb home, what you do to the lamb? You wash it. Right? You season it. Your seasoning you put on it is what? Seasoning and vegetable. Okay, if you put tomato paste, tomato is vegetable, not seasoning. Right, Chef Awad? So you put all these fruits and vegetable and the meat bacon to eat it, right? So be honest. What give your meat the flavor? So you still don't know what meat tastes like until you have the Passover. So the Most High is the only one who allow you to know what meat tastes like when you do the Passover. So do you see how important the Passover is? Because just imagine somebody making a burger. They season the beef burger, they put it on a bread, they put ketchup on it, which is vegetable, they put Leicester and lettuce on it, they put tomato, they put onion. So you have the burger there, and you fill the burger with fruits and vegetable, and now you're eating the burger. So question, why you just not eat the fruit and vegetable? I just eat the meat. But when the white man don't season the meat properly, you condemn him, right? But who is eating it the proper way? You don't think about stuff like that, right? So that's why the Passover is so important. That the Passover is the only time in the year we eat real meat, our natural meat. Eh? Nothing added. Nothing added. Just kill, roast, eat. So what that's saying to us? Said a lot, right? Said a lot. So that's why the Passover is one of the greatest feasts in Israel history. That's why when it's time for Passover, we prepare so much for it. Because a lot of things happen, because it's a new beginning. And the Most High said, the 15th day of that new month, this is all I want you to eat. And even your bread. What the Most High said should be in your bread? Should be unleavened, right?
Yeah.
So you're eating everything without preservative, right? Do you see the difference? So this is not about Lent or Easter. This is about what God requires and what should be the best way for us to go forward. Even our Passover meat, all the Most High said to cook it. Oh? Yeah, but how you cook it? Can you make a stew?
No.
Most High said grill and eat with unleavened bread. So you see the difference of the order that God gave us to eat and the order that you're doing today. If I cook some lamb, bring here, and I stew the lamb and there's no onion or garlic or pepper in it, would you all eat it? So what if I get some lamb and I just put salt in the pot and boil it? Would you eat it? That's the best way you should eat lamb, you know that? You just, any meat, even beef, you just boil and eat. Or you boil the meat and roast it after. Because that's why the Most High said your meat should not be over 3 days. You shouldn't eat your meat over 3 days. So even you have your meat in the fridge for a long period, all the substance come out of it. The longer you keep it in the fridge, I tell you what, the fridge burn all the substance out of it. So that's why if I go to the fish market tomorrow, I need Fanti tomorrow. I like eating my food fresh. Even my meat, I like go there, buy it fresh, soak it in some salt and vinegar, and I want it the same day. Fresh. So I know y'all don't know meat taste. You know what flavor tastes like, but you don't know what cow meat tastes like. Okra stew. And you cook, what name, contumely? Contumely. You don't cook contumely. Right? It's a vegetable with wali. That's what you call it? Willy. We call it cow skin. They call it milk. Yeah. So you have this little kete willy in the contumely with a lot of vegetables. So do you see what? So all the time now make that flavor change. Because you have to know the strongest component is garlic. You put garlic and ginger in any food, the food will taste like garlic and ginger. Those two antibiotics will change the component of anything. You understand me? So you put the ginger and the garlic on it, you eat the food, that's what it tastes like. So you still don't know what meat tastes like. Use your brain. Think. You'll understand what they do. When you was shy, them back then used to roast fish. What season they used to put on the fish? Yeah, just take it from the sea and roast it. But you had all kind of preservative to it. You had paprika. You had every last season to it. Yeah. But just pull back a little and meditate and you'll see. Just watch nature play through. Look at the line. And Esau eat his meat. Do Esau season his meat? Do he even cook it?
Don't even wash it.
Don't even wash it. He will just buy the meat and eat it like that. But that's not healthy for you to eat.
No.
Can? So with that we say Shabbat Shalom. Any question? Go. And then I have a riddle for you.
Bible so see I'm church and you baby. Because my country, I'm so much in my to be on fine. It's a baby the man is so low. Yako, my tenor and out of them. I'm a friend who can't someone on the order. I got 40 no more. The average one was 11 million.
Shama, what she say?
She said, she's asking if she's having
I can't hear her, sir.
if she's having a daughter.
She have what?
If she's having a daughter.
If she having a daughter.
Okay, I know why she's saying that. That's why I went.
Listen, I don't want you to explain Rash.
She said, imagine.
I want to hear what she said, word for word.
She said, imagine she has a daughter. And the word said we should.
A child is different from a daughter.
Mariana, what she said?
A daughter, son.
Hold on, Mariana, what she said? If she have a child,
And you are talking the word to her, the truth, and she's refusing to accept it. What does she do about it?
how old is that child? There's nothing you can do, let her be.
So her problem is,
Hold on. Let her know the Bible said many are called, few are chosen. Nothing you can do.
So there's no punishment that it will come to.
No.
even if you
You have done your part.
No. All punishment must come to you for choices that she made. Debbie. Yes, Shema.
that's why I was laughing.
So, which one are the daughter rebellious? Aisha or Isama?
And none of them is out to that age. So
is the next child?
yes, there was.
So, take the book from the floor. So nobody will be paying for that. Can? Every top sit on their own butt. Any more question?
This time you let's say come on task about on to us. It's a back from the IAB. That is all.
What Deacon said? Shaman.
Deacon was saying that
Deacon I that.
no, it's her suggestion. That's why.
Okay.
He said that.
Let's check in.
So he said, now that even though the time that she gave birth to her, she wasn't in the truth.
Yeah, she wasn't in the truth.
But now, even though now that she has got to know the truth, if she's telling her something and she doesn't want to give in, that's what she.
But even if he give birth to her and tell her the truth and she get up and want to left, that's her problem. The truth wasn't for her. Y'all have to understand, this is not for everybody. Oh, you see plainly. A lot of people will not see like this. Now remember, Judas was with Yahushua. Yahushua and Judas eat one fufu together. No fufu bango. Yahushua said, he that put his hand in the plate, he shall betray me. And Judas could not see the bigger picture, Deacon. So, well, listen, my children, when they reach a age, whatever choice they make, that's on them. If they serve the truth, they will have life. But if not, whatever choice they make is on them. Because you see this thing, look how much people came here. Sister Dakas will come here on a Saturday and go to church on the Sunday. And I remember one day and she showed me a picture, a paper. She said, Israel, the pastor only quote 3 scriptures. And she bring the 3 scriptures. One of them was Exodus 27. So I tell her, take a Bible, read Exodus 28, it tell you about the Sabbath. So why the pastor only read from Exodus 21 to 7? And just disband verse 8. Because the pastor cannot teach in the church, remember to keep the Sabbath. He cannot teach that here. Okay, if he open and teach that, everybody will look at him and say, hey, today is the first day of the week. Today is Sunday.
It's not everyone that knows that Sunday is the first day of the week.
So
even when you say it, they don't believe it. Because we have been going to school and work on Monday, so they won't believe Monday is the first day of the week.
And they know, they believe.
So when you
Yes.
say the
I
month,
say a lot of
They
people.
teach them that you can choose any other day to do your Sabbath. That's what they teach them. They know.
So the question is,
the people that I've met, no one knows that Sunday is the first day.
all right, let me say this. So Shama, when the children them go to school and the teacher said, say the days of the week, what day do they start?
There are 7 days in the week.
We say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
But no,
So everyone recently they change it.
Not in the sense, they know. It can be them that you can say that they don't know, but for
All right,
us,
I met my other brother. But before I even met her brother, I met her his children. And I was talking to the brother wife. And I hear the little girl at the time she was 12. She said, yeah, I know the Most High name is Yahweh. I said, who teach you that? He said, my father. So I remember the day I looked, it was a Thursday. I look at the mother, I say, you know that? She said, yes. She watch all the program weekend. Because whenever I meet her, she tell me what's going on in the program when she goes to church every Sunday. She even tell me what you're saying is the truth. Because even today, the brother was online, the husband was online watching. The husband tune in online every week and watch. And the wife go to church every Sunday. And the wife tell me plainly, these pastors don't know nothing in the church. What you're saying is the truth. So what's the excuse for that now? You understand me? The husband tell me what you said. He came to the house already, the deacon, when I was keeping church at the house. And he watch, he's in Accra, he watch online every week, he's online. Watching. And even his own wife come to me and said, Israel, what you're saying is the truth. But guess what happened? She still go to church because you go to church based upon how people feel. What people will say when you don't show up. You understand me? So it's not much of us will do what we're doing now. It's not much of us will speak like how we speak. That's why Yahushua said, all they that come before me is what? Thieves and robbers. But what Yahushua said, the sheep will not hear them. So even though you was going to church, you were still searching. So when you go to church and as soon as you hear the truth, guess what you do? Listen, the first night I hear this truth, when I go home, the whole room was spinning like this. It was a Saturday night. I said, God, yeah. I said, this is what I've been waiting for. Because I was in Adventist church already. So I remember when I see the brother them preaching, I asked them one question. What day y'all worship him? The man said, Friday, Sunday, to Saturday, Sunday, move on.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 28, verse 27. For the heart of these people is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes are closed. Lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their hearts, they should be converted, I should heal them.
See that? The Most High say, even if they start to hear and see, and they have to be what? Converted. So the Most High said, when they do that, what will He do then? He'll heal them. The Most High said, oh man. I share, stand, read Proverbs 24. Proverbs 20, verse 12. So you see, by just this precept, everything opening in my head right now.
Proverbs 20, verse 12.
Read up.
The hearing ear.
A what?
The hearing ear.
The Bible says what?
The hearing ear.
A ears that listen. Read.
And the seeing eye.
And a eye that can what?
See.
Read.
The Lord hath made even both of them.
Who made them?
The Lord.
So the Most High make your eyes to do what? See. And the Most High make your ears to do what?
Hear.
So what about the people who have eyes and can't see? What about the people who have ear and cannot hear? So get me Exodus actually. Exodus 4:11.
Exodus Exodus 4, verse 11.
Read.
And the Lord said unto him,
Who was the Most High speaking to there, Isaiah?
Moses,
Marsha. Read.
who hath made man's mouth,
The Most High said, who made the loudmouth woman, deacon? Read.
or who maketh the dumb,
And who made the woman cannot speak, deacon? Who made the mouth? And who makes somebody cannot speak? Read.
or deaf,
Or who?
deaf,
Or make somebody cannot hear? Read.
or the seeing,
Or somebody can see or cannot see? Who made them? Read.
or the blind?
Read on.
Have not I the Lord?
Who made them?
The Lord.
So when somebody come and can't speak, and you think somebody be with him, and you think he need a bath, the pastor have to pray for him, who God to create him?
He.
Read Exodus 4:11 again, madam.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 11. And the Lord said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind?
Read.
Am not I the Lord?
So when you see somebody dumb, guess who make him? When you see somebody loudmouth, guess who make her? Get me Judith 9:12, 9, quickly. Let me see how much people know to find the book of Judith.
9 verse 12.
Yes, you find it? Good job, madam. I'm impressed. We are still looking. Judith 9, verse 12.
I pray thee.
What Judith did?
I pray thee.
Read.
I pray thee, O God of my father, and God of my inheritance of Israel,
Read.
Lord of the heaven and earth, creator of waters, kings of every creature.
So who created the waters? But people live in there, right? Who is the king of every creature? No, this lesser gods. Read.
Hear thou my prayer, and make my speech and deceit to be thou their wound and strife.
What Judith said? Let their speech be what?
Deceit
Deceit.
to be their wound.
So some people will read the Bible and what will they get from it? Deceit. And they will see, Christmas tree. They will see the cross. But what do we see? What do we see? So do you see the difference? Because when you tell black people that Christ was not the first person to go on a cross and die. When you tell them even Peter was on a cross, he was not the first person, he was not the last person. They don't know this. They think Christ was the only person that was on the cross. That's what I wish them well. Shamak didn't believe that too.
About the cross?
No, they believe that Adam and Eve was the only people.
Oh, yes.
Right? So we wish them well. So that's why Judith tell her now that the word, what's speaking in this can be deceit. It can be good, it can be bad. It all depends on which God you're dealing with. But if you're dealing with Caesar Borgias, everything is downfall. If you deal with the Most High, that's why I say here a little, there a little. So what we read in Proverbs here, we can go to the book of Judith to find the next precept here. Can? That's it. Any more questions? All right. We say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.